So if you signed up for one of those timeshare promo packages, you know, those cheap vacations in exchange for you going to a timeshare presentation, well, I'm going to talk about the pitfalls and what you need to know before you go right after this. Hello and welcome to Destination Timeshare. I'm Jeremy. Today we're going to be talking about those timeshare promotional packages, those great deals that you got a cheap vacation for maybe Orlando, Vegas, Hilton Head Island, Hawaii, Mexico, somewhere else. Well, they aren't always as good as they seem. So we're going to talk about the things you need to know about those packages so you know kind of going in what to expect. And I kind of touched on one here already in the intro. That just happens to be that you are required to attend a timeshare sales presentation. Might be 60 minutes, might be 90 minutes, might be 2 hours, whatever it is, you're required to attend that. The whole purpose of these packages is to get you in the door in front of a timeshare salesman, because timeshares are not something that you would just walk in yourself and buy. It's to get you in there, to get you in front of them so they can sell you on that timeshare system. Whether it be Marriott, Hilton, Westgate, Wyndham, all of those different systems, their job is to sell you a timeshare. It might even be pretty high pressure. They're going to try and keep you as long as they can if they think that there's a chance that they're going to sell you on a timeshare. So they might be pretty aggressive, or they might be pretty easygoing and laid back. There's no getting out of it. If you fail to attend that, they're going to most likely charge the retail value of that package to whatever payment method you used to purchase it. You don't want to be in that position because that could be $1,000 or more. So attend the sales presentation and then say, no thanks, no thanks, no thanks, as many times as you might need to, so you don't end up buying that timeshare. Now, next up, I alluded to this a little bit, but that just happens to be that timeshare sales presentation might take a lot longer than what they promised. They might be saying 90 minutes. By the time you get to wherever the presentation is, maybe you have to go to a different resort, a different property. Maybe you need to drive to it. You go there, you go in, maybe they're serving a little breakfast or snacks. So you sit down, you kind of relax a little bit, you chill. Then the salesperson walks in, they introduce themselves, you go to an office, you're sitting in a big conference area, whatever it might be. Then when you're done, you go back to your resort. Well, that can be a pretty long period of time. Even though they've kept that presentation to the promised time, you might still be a lot of time involved there just going and returning from that presentation. Now, it's also possible, very possible, that the presentation is going to take longer than they promised. You can try some tricks here, maybe set an alarm, set your watch, whatever it might be, to remind you that, hey, time is up, time to go. Bring in the person that's going to help get us out here so we can be on with the rest of our vacation. Now on to number 3, and that just happens to be when you signed up for that package, it might have been 3 nights, 4 days. This is actually somewhat misleading. The first day is at the beginning. You're not going to be able to check in probably until 4 p.m. And the 4th day is at the very end, and you're going to probably have to check out by earliest 10 a.m. Some resorts might be 11 a.m. So the first day really might not count unless you arrive early. And the 4th day, you might consider that a wash because you might be flying home that day, so the afternoon's gone. So don't count that day either, potentially. So you really only have 2 days, and that happens to be the 2 days in the middle. So remember that 4 days and 3 nights isn't quite as much time as you would expect. And that's because the next one here just happens to be that they probably won't schedule that timeshare sales presentation during the most convenient time. Now, you might have a little bit of flexibility with rescheduling that, but in most cases, they're probably going to schedule that one of the mornings of those 2 days that are in the middle or in the afternoon. So probably consider one of those mornings or afternoons completely a wash. So you really only have kind of one whole day all to yourself, and then you'll have half of the day or most of the other day kind of to yourself. But just realize that that timeshare sales presentation might not be at the most convenient time. They might schedule it one afternoon. In fact, that's what they did with Hilton Grand Vacations. We had one of those 3-night, 4-day packages, and they scheduled it in the afternoon of the second day. So the rest of that day was pretty much gone. So just consider that you're going to lose not only the first day and the last day potentially, but a big chunk of one of those other 2 days as well. Now on to the next one. That's number 5, and that just happens to be that they may not actually put you up at their nicest property. Or they might not even put you up at one of their timeshare properties. Yes, you heard that right. You're going on a timeshare promo package, but they might not actually put you in one of their timeshare resorts. Hilton, when you do one of these promo packages in Hilton Head Island, they don't put you up at Ocean Oak right on the beach. Their promo packages actually list in the small print. You might be put up at the Hilton Garden Inn or the Hampton Inn. So remember, you might not be actually at their timeshare resort. Now, for other locations like Orlando and even Las Vegas, a lot of them will put you up in their timeshare resorts because they have so many in those locations. But just consider that is a possibility, depending on who you're reserving or purchasing these through, that you might not always be in the nicest, newest, or even at the timeshare property. So that actually leads to, kind of like before, transportation to and from your presentation, if you're not actually staying at the same resort where they'll hold the timeshare sales presentation. All right, now the last one, number 6, and that just happens to be, you're going to be probably limited on how often you can do these with a given company. Certain timeshare systems, they won't let you take these or reserve these any more often than once a year. So if you're planning on maybe booking 2 of these in the same year, you might want to look at which place is going to be the better option for you, so you reserve that one instead of the other one. I believe Hilton, you can only have 1 package open at a time, and you can't have done one in the previous year in order to kind of sign up for another one. Marriott, I'm not too sure what their policies are, but they are going to limit you. They don't want people constantly signing up for these and obviously constantly saying no at the timeshare sales presentation. So they are going to limit how often you can take these, because there are usually other incentive and gifts that they do give out that cost them real money in addition to that actual stay at a hotel or a resort in whatever destination that you're choosing to go to. So what do you think? Have you signed up for one of these timeshare promotional packages, getting that cheap stay at a timeshare resort? Love to hear your thoughts. And maybe even if you have signed up, who was it with? How much did you pay? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Really does help with these videos. And to see another video, in fact, about our first timeshare sales presentation that we did with Hilton Grand Vacations Club on one of these timeshare sales promo packages, I'll put a link to it right there. So check that out coming up next. Thanks for watching. And remember, until next time, the best destination is always a timeshare.